The sight of an exotic cat and a domestic pup might look odd, but in this case, the odds even out. Our story begins with 7-month-old KJ. This adorable little guy was born in captivity as part of a cheetah conservation program, but sadly for him, his mother abandoned him.
Unfortunately, cheetahs are very flighty animals, so even in captivity or the wild, you can have moms that abandon litters, reject cubs.
Cheetahs are usually born with siblings who become hunting partners. The concept of ride or die is something cheetahs take to heart. There are 18 captive bred adults living here. The Cheetah Sustainability Program aims to build a population of the big cats to conserve the species. But adult cheetahs rarely accept others into their group, especially outside cubs. Sarah wasted no time searching for KJ's sidekick.
We put emails out to animal shelters, and our local animal shelter right here, 15 minutes away from Wildlife Safari, contacted us saying they had a puppy, amazingly enough, the exact same age as KJ.
Meet Rhino. Sarah felt this playful little guy had the makings of the perfect partner for her spotted orphan. But don't dogs have an ongoing beef with cats? Yeah, maybe, but cheetahs might be the special exception. Animal care professionals have been pairing captive cheetahs with companion dogs since the 1980s. Man's best friend has a knack for not only calming us down, but the anxieties of the typically shy cheetah too.
After their second set of vaccinations at 9 weeks of age, we introduced Rhino to KJ, and it was instantly best friends. Cheetahs are nicknamed the dog of the cat family. They share a lot of personality traits and behavioral traits and can actually mesh very well. If you bring in a dog, you see a much happier, calmer, laid-back cheetah.
A year and a half later, the two wouldn't know what to do without each other. But they've had their issues.
They do have some personality and communication gaps to overcome, just being different species. You think of a dog, a playing behavior, he gets down on his front elbows with his butt wiggling in the air, that means I want to play. In the wild, a cheetah will get in that same position, slap the ground, and that's a very threatened behavior for a cheetah.
Yeah, you could see how that'd be tricky, but they've managed to overcome their differences. Still though, their arrangement begs the question, who's top dog?
Cheetahs are very skilled hunters, but they are submissive species. The dogs just naturally have a more confident, domineering personality, and Rhino's kind of been in charge of the duo since day one, and that's not going to change. We see more puppy characteristics rub off on KJ than vice versa. As far as him playing in the water or standing up on his hind legs to wrestle with Rhino a little bit. And that's just, a behavior that you would never see coming out of a cheetah.
Soon enough, KJ will get a room upgrade to a larger enclosure next to other resident cheetahs. Sarah takes him over to test the waters, and his emotional support buddy is right behind him.
Gonna crate these guys up, and then we're gonna take them up to our cheetah drive-thru. It'll be their first time seeing other cheetahs on common fence lines, so we're pretty excited to see how that goes.
In the wild, were KJ to meet a cheetah who was a complete stranger, he would know to act wary and defensive. Sarah hopes his instincts haven't all gone out the window, because if he gets it wrong, the adults may become anxious or aggressive.
We're seeing some of his instinctively natural behaviors come out. Some ground slapping, some hissing. He's very confident for his age and for his size. A lot of that he gets from Rhino. He's kind of lost some of his cheetah social skills growing up with a puppy. But instinctively they do come out when they are around another cheetah.
As he matures, KJ will have a hand in saving his species. And it might not have been possible if this odd friendship hadn't helped save him first. A baby deer and a couple of cowboys. Farm life is quaint as heck, ain't it? Baby deers don't typically grow up with cows. So what's going on with these kids? Here in Pennsylvania, Gratitude Gate Farm Sanctuary is a home for neglected, abused, or simply unwanted farm animals to get a second chance. Jessica Huff runs this show and names the characters, like Babe and PB.
My cowboys are like big dogs. They are absolute sweethearts. They love the attention. They love getting their chin scratched. They're really great for a big kiss on the nose if you can handle the slobber.
Jessica's sanctuary is heaven for cows who probably would have ended up as mincemeat. And in the fall of 2017, a call came in about a young white-tailed deer wandering around the woods without her mom.
Of course, I said, sure, we'll absolutely take her in. And it just turned into a situation that none of us ever expected. Come on out. Come on.
At just a few weeks old, the little one, who they named Fawn, truly looked lost. White-tailed deer are typically born in the spring.
She was born so late in the year, there were no other fawns for her to grow up with. She didn't have anybody else of her own kind to be with. A lot of times when fawns are born that late, they won't make it through the winter.
With Fawn in such a fragile state and no fellow deer around to nurture her, Jessica had to get creative. So she called in the cavalry.
Hey, boys! Come on! What are you doing? Come on! They touched nose to nose, and literally the rest was history. They started licking each other. Fawn wanted to stand there while Babe and PB groomed her from top to bottom. The cows nursed on her ears. I mean, you literally felt like you were watching a storybook tale.
Licking is a form of social grooming among herd animals. It builds and strengthens bonds between family members.
We definitely knew pretty quickly that it was going to be a very unique and beautiful friendship.
Thanks to her new soulmates, Fawn's confidence began to grow, as did her agility. To return to the wild, she'd have to be ready. But at this point, it's been a year and a half. Fawn has grown, and so have Babe and PB, who are now 4 times her size.
I feel that Babe and PB and the rest of the cows think that she is just part of the herd. So while they may be different species, they may look different, they see her, I think, as kind of a little sister. They're always kind of looking over their shoulder, and they know where she's at all times. Cows have a really big tongue, and they can swipe down Fawn's side and make her entire body move sideways. Fawn is very responsive to the boys when they come over and give her a bath. She stands there and acts like, you know, this is what she deserves.
It's cute and all, but how can Jessica get Fawn to follow her kind again?
I love the fact that the relationship is unique. I think it's beautiful. I do wish, obviously, for Fawn to realize that she truly is a deer and that she doesn't need the boys her entire life. The saddest part I find is the family that she's created will never leave with her. The cows will always be in the pasture. The fence doesn't hold her back. There's no human interaction that's keeping her here. So this is something that Fawn has to step out and do on her own.
There are other deer that mosey around the farm, but Fawn doesn't seem interested in joining them. To get a second opinion, Jessica calls in fellow wildlife rehabber Leah Stallings.
There she is.
Oh, wow, she looks great. Do you ever see her with other adult deer?
I've seen other adult deer hanging out in her area, but Fawn doesn't take the initiative to go over to her. You think we missed the opportunity for her to get out and act like a normal adult deer?
No, I don't think you've missed the window at all. I think that this year will be her year to come into estrus and start seeking a male. Once she does that, she will be crazy to find a husband. She will do that. and she will get pregnant, and she will stay with the deer through the winter, hopefully, because that's the safest place for her. And then in the spring, maybe she'll come back and have her baby right here with her friends, the cows. And that'd be pretty cool.
Yes, it would.
With mating season coming up in the spring, Fawn's natural instincts should take over and lead her back into the wild. Until that day comes, this pretty picture's something worth appreciating. Hey Love Nature fans, be sure to like and subscribe to catch all our wild animal stories. Get closer to nature right here on YouTube.